Welcome to the TOEFL listening section. In this part, you will hear one or more conversations in an academic or campus context, such as a discussion between a student and a professor or between two students. You may take notes while listening. Listen to part of a conversation. You will hear it only once, so listen carefully. After the conversation, you will answer questions about what you heard. Some questions will ask you about main ideas and details. Others will ask about implied meaning, speaker attitude, or how ideas relate to one another. Use both what is stated and what is implied to answer.
Good afternoon, Professor Chen. Thanks for seeing me during office hours.
Good afternoon, Mark. How can I help with your paper on open access publishing models?
I am trying to choose which model to target when I submit my article. I am confused about gold, green, hybrid, and diamond models.
That is a common question. Let us start with simple definitions. Gold open access means the final article is immediately free on the journal website, often after payment of an article processing charge, or APC.
So gold always costs authors money?
Often, but not always. Some gold journals are funded by institutions or consortia, so authors do not pay APCs. Those are sometimes called diamond or platinum open access.
Okay, that clarifies diamond. What about green open access?
Green open access involves authors self-depositing a version of their manuscript in an institutional repository or a subject repository. The version might be a preprint or the accepted manuscript.
But I read about embargo periods that journals impose. How does that affect green access?
Embargo periods delay public access to the accepted manuscript for a set time, often 6 to 12 months. Many subscription journals allow green deposits after an embargo.
So embargoes make green slower for public access. Is that why funders prefer immediate access policies?
Exactly. Policies like Plan S require immediate open access for funded research, which influences whether authors must use gold routes or compliant repositories without embargo.
I saw Plan S mentioned in my reading. How do publishers respond to such mandates?
Publishers take different approaches. Some convert journals to full gold. Some offer transformative agreements with institutions to cover APCs centrally, and some maintain subscription models with hybrid options.
Hybrid journals are subscription journals that let authors pay to make individual articles open, right?
Yes, that is correct. Hybrid allows a mix of paywalled and open articles. Critics say it leads to double dipping, where publishers get subscription income and APCs simultaneously.
That seems unfair. Are there industry groups tracking fair practices?
Yes. The Directory of Open Access Journals, or DOAJ, lists reputable OA journals and helps distinguish them from predatory journals that charge fees without proper peer review.
Predatory journals worry me. How can I avoid them when looking for OA venues?
Check editorial board credibility, indexing status, peer review policies, and whether the journal is listed in DOAJ. Also verify APC waivers and whether the publisher is transparent about fees.
You mentioned APC waivers. How common are waivers and how do they affect equity?
Many journals offer waivers or discounts for researchers from low-income countries, but APCs still present a barrier for unfunded researchers and early career scholars, creating equity concerns.
Are there collective funding models that avoid APCs for authors?
Yes. For example, SCOAP3 is a consortium that negotiated funding to make particle physics journals open without author APCs. Transformative agreements between libraries and publishers can also shift costs away from individual authors.
Those examples are helpful. For my article, one could try a repository and a journal that allows green deposits after peer review.
That could be a reasonable path. Also, check the license terms. If you want maximum reuse rights, then a Creative Commons license such as CC BY is preferred by many funders.
What does CC BY allow exactly?
CC BY allows others to distribute, remix, adapt, and build upon the work, even commercially, as long as they credit the author. Some authors choose more restrictive licenses that limit derivatives or commercial use.
I am worried about my data being reused without attribution. Would CC BY still protect me?
CC BY requires attribution, so that protects credit. If you want stronger controls, you could choose CC BY-NC or set data sharing terms separately, but funders may require CC BY for publications.
How do metrics like citation impact play into decisions about OA models?
Open access can increase visibility and citations, but the effect varies by field and journal reputation. Some authors prioritize high-prestige journals, even if they are subscription-based.
So as an author, I must balance visibility, cost, licensing, and compliance with funder mandates.
Yes. Think strategically. Determine if your funder requires immediate OA. Check if your institution has transformative agreements. Consider repository options and license preferences.
One more question. When you explained Plan S earlier, you used it as an example of a funder mandate that changes journal behavior. Why did you highlight that now?
I mentioned Plan S because it is an example of a funder mandate that requires immediate open access and that changes how journals handle APCs.
That helps me see the bigger picture. For my paper, I will check funder rules, look at repository options, and compare APC policies and licenses.
Good plan. If you like, I can review your short list of journals and help evaluate their OA policies and any potential costs.
I would appreciate that. Thank you for the guidance, Professor Chen.
You are welcome, Mark. Bring the list to our next meeting and we will go through each journal in detail.
Listen again to part of the conversation. Then answer the question.
I mentioned Plan S because it is an example of a funder mandate that requires immediate open access and that changes how journals handle APCs.
This concludes the conversation portion. For more TOEFL practice tests and study materials, visit Spinta.org.